Lovers Quarrel. It's a long, sustained quarrel.
What's going on, world?
Hey, everybody.
It's your guy, TJ, Mr. New Cool.
And it's your girl, Dani, your grossly gracious gazelle.
You're not fast like a gazelle, though.
I am not. But
Okay.
I can't fly, and I've been a bird before, so.
But you are a bird, so it makes sense.
I'm not here for your shenanigans.
What's going on, Dani? Dani B, on the place to be. Do you have what it takes to rock the mic?
Yes. But I'm tired. But not like what else is new tired or whatever, but.
As my mother would say, tell me about it.
Your mother does say that.
That's her favorite. That's her go-to.
She loves a good conversation.
Tell me about it.
I just feel weird.
Welcome to the loser's bench.
I know. It's like,
which I hate.
I'm not even hungry. I don't go between like hungry and full. I just go between my stomach feeling fine and it feeling weird or bad. Like,
you're also doing a lot more. Because
I'm like
a lot faster.
Like
I
working.
was out.
Yeah, I know. But you
I was out for a whole 9 weeks. And I didn't feel good until like week 7.5, 8.
Well, I can't afford to do that. You hate your job anyway, so.
I don't hate my job.
Okay.
You gotta say that on the tape. You know what I mean? I love my job.
Okay.
Even though they're letting me go. They're firing me.
No, they're laying you off.
Laying me off. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we had people from unemployment people came to our job today.
Oh, and it's like, here's how you file?
Pretty much.
Oh,
kind of telling us what our options were and what are they talking about? Our options, talking about insurance and shit like that and how to plan and
how to be a broke nigga.
And I was chilling, just playing spades on my phone.
You like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good loving.
It was an hour off the phone.
Oh. So you like sign me up.
Ask some questions, make sure I'm engaged, but I was still playing spades. But yeah, they're getting rid of us, so on to the next.
Well, yeah, but I'm okay, but I am still struggling, like trying to find this like balance between like protein and vitamins and what foods I can, or pureed foods I can eat and all that stuff. And like, I don't want to like belabor the point because we talked a lot about like our weight loss stuff these last couple episodes.
I mean, that's our new normal though, so it's not.
Yeah, you're right, but I just feel a little weird, and I know I need to like step it up. I need to get it together because like if I'm I'm kind of tired this week, but like once my kids come back next week, I'm gonna be really beat. So I gotta have time and energy. But I've been like dumping, I guess is what they call it, and I'm trying to like try stuff out. I think I want to try this
dumping because I heard you say it earlier. Are you feeling it right away or?
No, it's like delayed. Is that not dumping unless it's immediate?
The only time I felt dumping, I felt it immediately. Because I had stevia instead of like
sweet
equal
and low or something.
Or, I don't think we could do sweet and low. I don't know. All I know is that I had stevia in the raw that I asked Shayla to buy me. But that was the wrong thing to buy me. So it's not her fault. But I'm going to say it's her fault because she listens.
Instead of Splenda.
And yeah, Splenda equal. It's cool. But that stevia, fucked. Like, as soon as I drink it, I felt dumping. And for those who don't know, dumping is like, it's your body's reaction. It's kind of like a quick flu. Like, as soon as you ingest something that your body doesn't like, you go into like, you got like diarrhea, you can have hives, you can feel like
death.
Yeah. So I don't think you had dumping. You may just, I don't know. I don't know if you remember, but when it happened, I went straight upstairs and I laid down and went to sleep. Oh. That's to me, that was the experience of dumping. Like,
I
was dead.
Mine's more, it takes a little longer, but like I had the pureed eggs with like pureed spinach and a little bit of.
Doing too much. It'll be great.
Oh my gosh. And then my stomach was killing me after that. Like an hour and a half after. Then like I had the chicken salad and that tasted good, but then it felt like it was sitting in my throat for like till the next morning.
You gotta like, see, that's another thing. You gotta like chew a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, I need to chew.
And then you need to swallow and then like wait. I mean, with with the surgery, your body kind of tells you.
Yeah, and it's just hard for me to wrap it around because I'm just like, oh my God, like it was so much easier when I could just put whatever in my body. But I know why I'm doing this. But like I definitely had like moments this week where I was like, what did I get myself into?
That's fair.
And
way to be transparent.
Thank you. And I'm like, am I ever gonna feel right? Am I gonna like ever get this together? Am I gonna make myself sick because I'm not doing enough? And it's just like, but you know, I realize now, because like I did have a conversation with Shayla, and she kind of helped me realize like, you've been doing something one way for like 32 years, and now it's been almost 4 weeks of doing something totally different than what you've been accustomed to, and I have to like give myself grace in doing so. So I just, you know I post a lot about like my experiences, and like, yeah, I've lost like a good amount of weight already in a short amount of time, but it's still like not easy, and I don't want to give that perception that it's easy.
It's not. I think it's harder. It's a tool used to help lose weight, but I think it's harder because you have to change your whole lifestyle, and that's why there's so many restrictions, and they make you do so much before you can do it. That's why a lot of the times they have those provisions and those 6 months of preparing yourself for it. And then some people have liquid diets, and other stuff. Like, they're preparing you for a life change, and it's going to be it can be very hard. I'm not going to say that it is very hard, but I think once you get to your normal, it'll be easier. Like, once I got to my normal, once I was able to realize like, oh shit, okay, some things will be normal, it was a lot easier. Okay. But I had those moments. See, my thing was I was nauseous all the time. Yeah. And then they press, drink this water and drink this protein, and you need to put this into your body, and you physically can't. At least I couldn't.
I can't either.
And there's some people who, can do it, but I couldn't do it. I did what I could do for myself. But, you got to be mindful because you don't want to go to the ER and mess up anything. But you just do the best that you can. And as long as you know that you're doing your best, I feel like you'll be okay.
Yeah. Can you make me a smoothie this weekend so I can try one?
You don't need no smoothie.
Why not?
Because I didn't have no smoothie this early. But it'd be great.
I thought this was smoothie time.
I didn't have a smoothie, but go ahead.
What did you? I had applesauce.
Applesauce is the shit.
This is the first thing I've kept down in 3 days that like didn't fuck my stomach up.
This is like,
and iced popsicles. Those are my favorites.
Showing like how you are in real life, because in real life you are an overachiever.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
So because you're an overachiever in life and everything, you always want to supersede. Like, this is the one time in your life that a C is good. You can get this C. Shit, fuck it. You can get this D. It's okay. You don't got to get the A+.
You think I'm doing too much?
All the time. When you found out you was pregnant with Tatum, and it was like 2 weeks in.
I felt different.
Whatever. You need to sit your ass down.
I know my body.
You need to sit your ass down and just go with the wave.
I know. I do see the allure of wanting to sleep, because I'm like, if I'm sleeping, then I don't gotta think about eating or not eating.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't. But again, we've talked about it more so, I think, off here. I don't know if we talked about it on here, but it's more like the differences of our ideologies for like food and stuff. Like,
we did talk, I think, a little bit on here. Yeah.
You like food a lot more. Like, I'll eat and I can eat, and if I like something, I may overeat, or I used to overeat that. But I really wanted to drink. Give me, like, if my diet could have consisted of just straight juice and soda, I was happy. Fuck food. Mm-hmm. I'm too picky. I don't like a lot of anything. Mm-hmm. If it has a weird taste, it can ruin it forever. I can't eat the same shit over and over. And with this, you kind of have to find, like, So I always knew that you would be okay because of you're more open. Mm-hmm. So I seen the parallel that, like, oh shit, I'm gonna struggle because I don't like a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. I don't want yogurt. I don't want to try this. So.
And I want to try everything because I'm like, I want to see what sticks. But then it's like,
Yeah, but I mean, everything's going to be trial and error.
Your body suffers in the process.
It can. But we're going to get through this.
Yeah, we are. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to us. This is yet another episode of Lovers Quarrel.
Yes, it is. And here we are.
Here we are. If this is your first time listening to us, thank you for checking us out. If it's the second time listening to us, welcome back. If this is the third time, you're a lover.
Yes.
As I like to say. Dani may call you something different, but, welcome.
We appreciate you.
And now we can go into this beautiful elevator.
All right.
With a beautiful voice.
Would you like to go?
Being positive this week, y'all.
I see. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Are you going up or down?
Up.
All right, so I'm going down. So let's go down first.
Going down.
Okay, so you gotta listen to yourself. I went against my judgment. So there's this guy. He was on Breakfast Club.
Okay.
And he has this brand called Sia Collection, something in America.
Oh, you mentioned him before.
And so he was on Breakfast Club talking about his sneakers, blah, 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 blah. I knew about him for a long time because he makes like custom clothing. But I never really liked his vibe. But I was like, you know what? Let me try. So I purchased some items.
Trying to support. Is he black? He's black.
He is black. He is black, and he's a little cocky. So that's why I really don't like. He's not like a humble person, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion. And he has these brands. He has these like sock runners. So like the Balenciagas you have. They don't make it in my size. So at least I can't find it in my size. So he got some. It's like, I'm going to support. I normally wouldn't do it, but I'm going to support. And he had some Tyler joints. So, ordered it. Bought it for Tatum.
Yes.
And it came in perfect. So I guess with the sneakers, they use like glue to like keep them together. In the front of the sneaker, it's open. So I reached out to him on his personal IG and his business IG. No response. Posts, and I did it on his DMs, and I sent him message. No, yeah, in the DM I sent him the pictures, and I did it respectfully. Hey, cop these. I just want to know how I can get these fixed. That's it. No response. His website doesn't have an email. I have no way of getting in contact with him. I even posted on like his actual, he'll post a picture.
A comment.
I put a comment on there. Still respectful. I'm not blacking or nothing like this. No response. So it's frustrating because it's like they tell you support black owned and all this other stuff. And then you get shitty customer service. And he was talking about how, craftsmanship and all this other stuff, but this is piss poor craftsmanship. So that's where I'm going down because I'm frustrated because the shoes are cute.
They're very cute, and Tatum loves them.
Tatum loves them. And I'm gonna have to like reach out to one of my frat brothers who know how to
fix things,
fix the sneakers, and just have them do it because I can't get in contact with this businessman. So that's my down. It's frustrating when you try to work with, you try to buy black and you try to be supportive of people's brands and you get shitted on. So,
well, I can understand that. And I can attest to the fact that like literally as soon as like you pull them out the box, it was like the front of it was
they're really nice.
Peeling. They're very cute. And they got the little teddy bear sole. It's super cute, but
so,
well,
very refreshing.
Well, we can tag him in this episode.
I don't know what I just said. I think I was trying to say frustrating, and I said frustrating. I don't know. But anyway, go ahead.
I said we could tag him in this episode.
Are we going up?
We are going up. So
that was a trash going up.
I'm like I was saying like we're going up, and I'm about to do it.
Oh, okay, it's got to make sure.
Going up.
You took a week off, so you made me a little rusty.
Shut up.
Go ahead.
So as everybody knows, I'm a teacher, and this week it's all been this is the week before the students come back, so teachers come back and we get our classrooms together, we plan, and then we also attend what you call PDs, or professional development. And today's professional development was probably one of the best PDs I've attended. So TJ and I went to college with a guy named Davon Love, and he is the co-founder and public policy officer. I'm butchering his title, but basically he's the Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, which is a group Baltimore based. I
think it was founded at Towson.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess he and Adam Jackson founded it.
Yeah.
So they basically are all about like empowerment of people of color or Black people in Baltimore. They advocate for Black people. They, do public policy. They speak, out to lawmakers, and they're like this grassroots organization. But Davon, so I invited Davon to come speak at my 8th graders in June, their closing ceremony, because I was like, I wanted somebody who I knew was passionate and, well-spoken and thoughtful.
The last person you had was trash.
Well, I wasn't responsible for that person.
I'm just saying.
I'm taking credit for Davon.
Okay, that's cool.
And that person still has a relationship with my boys, and so with his program. So I reached out to him, and like he gave this really great speech, and basically like my principal was like floored, like and he was super like impressed with Davon. So over the summer he asked me to reach out to him and see if like he could have them come and speak to like the staff, and I was like, bet, sure. So over the summer, like I reached out, they facilitated the link up, and then now Davon did his PD today, and then he's gonna actually be coming back once a month to like work with us. And basically the focus is all about like racial inequity and education. But what I loved about today was like I left like professional developments and meetings and trainings and stuff can always feel like very much like you want to like bang your head against the wall, but he didn't need the screen. He didn't have any PowerPoints, anything like that. He simply was talking to us and then having us discuss. But it was such like rigorous thinking, and it was like stuff that it like made you think, and you had to be vulnerable, and you had to talk, and you had to share your experiences, and you had to listen. And we started thinking of making connections to like how our practice as educators contributes to, or how we can use it to combat like the like you could call it like the Black pathology, which is like how we have been conditioned to think of ourselves as like as an inferior group of people as a whole. Now obviously on the individual level, because that's not always the case, but like our society we live in, media, everything else in between is always telling Black people that they're inferior. And so essentially I loved it because it made me think, and I do love to be challenged and have my thoughts challenged and really push my thinking. And it was like very eye-opening, and I left out of there feeling a little bit smarter, because y'all, if you've never like heard of Davon Love or Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, like I really suggest that you look into it, because when I tell you this is like one of the most well-read like people I've ever come to know. Like he just like rattles off like citations and quotes from books.
He also was on the debate team.
Yes, and he did like policy debating and stuff, and he won the national championship with Devin Cooper. And they like, and one thing even he told me, like he said that like they were the first Black duo to win the national debate tournament. And before that, there was like one Black person who won, like they were part of a duo, but it was only one Black person. Since them winning back in like 2008,
Towson had another team.
They had
Black women.
Yeah, there've been 15 more Black people who've won, and then but 6 of those 15 have been from Baltimore. And I do think it was. So like I think that it's just dope, because we, all of us in our daily lives are so caught, bogged down in the day-to-day that sometimes we forget to like really like look at things from a academic or a holistic point of view. And I just left out of there feeling smarter. I wrote down literally in my notes, like, I need to read more. Like, I need, because he was just dropping gems, and I was really appreciative of it. And, like, I mean, on a lighter note, too, it was just, like, he made me look good, because, my principal was like, I found him through Dani, because Dani knows everybody in Baltimore. And
of course, because the Black woman knows everyone in Baltimore.
I mean, a lot of it has to, honestly, a lot of it is, like, college and Greek life. Ways you'll know people.
I feel like he's being racist.
He was not being racist.
I'm joking.
But anyway, that's my elevator talk. And
that sounds very enlightening.
Enlightening,
sorry.
You're welcome. But with that being said, we can now get into our tip of the week, our relationship tip of the week, and then we can jump to your word of the week, because enlightful is not a word, but
I like that dig right there.
it's just a subtle jab because you're being sweet to me.
I shouldn't be.
No, you should be.
No, I shouldn't be.
I like when you're sweet to me.
I shouldn't be.
Yes, you should.
We should be beefing right now.
We will beef later in the episode.
Anyway.
So my relationship tip of the week is, I don't know if I've said this before, if it's been covered before, but maybe just the angle I'm taking on it is sometimes we all, regardless of the relationship type, we need to sit still with our thoughts sometimes. And because we need to give our brains time to process before our words and actions betray us.
Do you have an example of that?
Just not specifically, but just when we're so quick to like fly off the handle, sometimes we have to really like sit with our thoughts and like figure out what it is. Like it's we listen. Oftentimes we don't listen to hear what the person's saying. We listen to just respond. And people just say slick shit. Sometimes people just want to say slick shit or say rude shit just because it feels good or it helps them get leverage in a disagreement or something like that. But I'm just encouraging folks, honestly, just real straightforward. Like sometimes just sit with your thoughts. Think about how you feel, why you feel that way, and then like choose your words before you start speaking, because what you say and do when you have that initial thought can really dictate, like generate a negative outcome. And so like then I'm saying like it can betray you in the end.
So mine is to accept growth. And learn to grow, you know? Mm-hmm. And, you know, I say that because similar to what you're saying, how people are quick to, like, make statements or do stuff. We got to learn to grow from who we were and what we did. So, as I said, kind of stated earlier or alluded to, I should be mad with Dani. Me and Dani had a disagreement this week. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, for me, I didn't argue as much as I normally do or pick that whatever. And my learning to grow was like, Dani felt like I was going to do what I've always done or have done in the past. And for me, it was just like, we had an argument. We could have moved on right then and there. Like, we could have been normal. Mm-hmm. But, you know, the perception of who you are or who you were kind of stops that sometimes. And for me, it was just like, I knew that I was okay and that when Dani was ready to talk, I would be okay to talk. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have any grudges. So I think we have to just learn to grow and learn how to pick our battles a little bit better. Because not everything has to be a battle. Some things can just be a situation and you move forward, a bump in the road. So
fair. Well, thank you for that, sir. And with that being said, are you ready to enlighten us with your word of the week?
Yeah, I am. So my word of the week is cajole, which means to persuade someone to do something by sustained coaxing. Did I pronouncing that right? Coaxing. There you go. That's why I married her. Or flattery. He hoped to cajole her into selling the house. Or if you say, please, pretty please, I'll be your best friend when asking for a stick of gum, you're cajoling the gum holder.
Cajoling.
That's what I said, cajoling.
You said like cajoling.
I said cajoling.
Okay. Would you like me to spell it?
Sure. I mean, you probably...
I'm not sure,
right.
But is it just...
Is it just? You see how she did that? Is it just?
Is it Cajole?
It is.
Okay.
I feel like I have to just find a word from a different language or something. You know.
Why do you want to stump me?
Because it's fun. That's the competitive part about it.
Okay. Well.
I mean, it's pretty hard. You're pretty up there.
I try.
So, you don't try, you do. But with that, we can go to a break from our sponsor.
You know it.
Gainz Sports Gear.
You're the only one.
And before I go on there, listen, let me tell y'all about Mr. Gainz himself, Chico Conaway, right?
Mr. Viral.
And I want y'all to follow him, okay? I'm going to put his information inside the show notes. I've done it before when we interviewed him and his wife, but he's getting big.
I feel like he's like Ellen's just next.
I mean, that's what people are saying. So him and his daughter, Brooke, have these videos, and he's been doing this for some time. If you go on his page, it's Chico D Solo, ChicoDSolo. So they've been on Revolt TV, Oprah Magazine reposted them. They were on Extra, but it's
Shaka Khan reposted them.
Shaka Khan reposted them because they sang it, but it's him and his daughter, and he's done everything with her. He done pledged her. She's probably still online. He sings with her.
They were singing "I'm Every Woman."
Yeah, but just I'm happy for my frat brother, and the founder of Gainz Sports Gear. He's doing it all, and he's showing you black positive fathers in a good light. So check him out and hear a message from his company.
Hey friend, it's time for you to ditch those workout gloves and get the grip and wrist support you deserve. What do you suggest? You need to get the Gainz Load and Lock grips by Gainz Sports Gear. They are more durable than gloves, have a non-slip grip pad that provides grip support and added wrist support unlike your traditional workout gloves, and will protect your hands from calluses. Do they come in different colors? Not only do they come in different colors, but they are available for men and women. Do yourself a favor, go to GainzSportsGear.com. And remember, a better grip equals a better lift. Embrace the process.
And you too can embrace the process by using our code LOVERS10 at Gainz, Gainz sportsgear.com. They have all your workout needs and gear. And listen, now that we lost some weight, it's more tempting to be able to, start putting on some Gainz sports gear.
Got
to
tone.
lift these weights. You got to tone his body up, feel me? So listen, use our code LOVERS10 at GainzSportsGear.com. And now, back to the episode.
And we are back. And we have a letter. I've got a letter. I've got a letter. I've got a letter. Hey, 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 hey.
Is that like a middle school song or?
You seen Little Rascals? You never seen like the Little Rascals that came out in the 90s?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
Only thing I remember is the Dear
Darling.
Yeah.
I hate your stinking guts. Donald Trump was in that movie, actually. He made a cameo.
And you voted for him.
Don't play yourself. So our letter begins with, Dear Lovers Quarrel. That's me. Oh.
Yeah, see, you're selfish.
Whatever.
She's so selfish.
You see, they did all that reboot too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Listen, this is time of the reboots.
It is. Like,
all right. Can you go into the letter?
This is all that. This is all that. Who was your favorite all that character? And then I'll get to the letter. Or skit.
I don't remember. It's so long ago.
I used to like when Keenan was in the bathtub and he was the French guy. And he'd be like, ho, ho, ho. And
if he was to do that in 2019, they'll say that he's being
prejudiced.
Yes, or making fun of.
I think I actually liked Keenan and Kel more than all that.
Yeah, I mean, all that was cool.
Keenan and Kel's theme song was the shit.
No, wasn't had the best theme song.
Coolio doing the.
That was cool, but
and he was like, because Keenan be scheming. That's all the part I remember.
Yeah, obviously you don't remember. Weston had the best theme song.
Who?
What's My Cousin Skeeter?
How did it go again?
I don't remember. It was with the SWV.
Oh my goodness! Wasn't Megan good on that show?
She was.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, can we get to the letter?
Okay.
We'll get to the love letter.
Okay, I have one more thing to say though before we get to the letter. Okay, my favorite episode.
Keenan and Cal is when he dropped the screen in the tuna.
Oh my god!
It wasn't even that funny.
It was the funny.
You made it for me that it wasn't that funny.
My 12-year-old. No, was I even 12? I don't even know how old I was. That shit.
25.
Shut up. Was the funniest thing
when he dropped the screw in the tuna. I dropped it. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, you're such a hater.
Anyway.
Who loves orange soda? All right. Dear Lovers Quarrel, I have a dilemma, and I was hoping you two could assist in helping me make my decision. I just met this guy, and he seems great. Great personality, attractive, good job, plan for himself to do more in life, and funny as hell. My issue is that he has a kid. And not like, oh, my child is 7, but a child that is less than a year old. He appears to be a really dedicated father, but my concern is what if he is one of those I still mess with my baby mama types, and I don't know it yet. He dated his child's mother for 3 years before they broke up, but with so much history and a baby, is it naive of me to think he is ready to date and date seriously? Like, this kid is fresh out the womb. People have lots of feelings surrounding the other parent of their child, and if love, lust, sexual attraction is still one of them for him, I don't want any parts. Please help. Am I tripping or nah? Thanks a bunch. He went half on a baby.
This is a good one.
It is a good one.
So TJ at 31, before I'll tell the story about my age after, but TJ at 31, I'm more open, and you know I think that a child shouldn't be a deal breaker. Mm-hmm. Child being 3 months, I can see.
Well, she didn't say exactly how old. Right? She didn't say 3 months. She said they were together for 3 years before they broke up. But like this baby is between like probably maybe between 3 and 11 months.
I read the 3 years.
That's 3 months.
In 3 months,
this baby's less than a year old, so it's still an infant.
I mean, I'm a little biased just because when my father met my mother, my brother wasn't a year yet. Mm-hmm. So, and they've been married for
30
something years. 31, 30.
Something like that.
Whatever my age is, because that was a planned pregnancy, unlike some people.
Shade.
No, that's not shade. I'm just saying some people weren't playing.
Most people weren't playing.
Exactly.
So you're in a minority.
Exactly. Me, Tatum, minorities.
My sister was planned.
Was she? Mm-hmm. Okay. Shayla can be. She could get on the bus with us.
Well, Anthony was planned. Your mother said she wanted to be a mother.
But I don't think it was planned like we're gonna have this. I don't know.
I think that's what she was
going
for.
So Anthony can be on it. You by yourself. You with them over there, majority.
Wow.
So, you know, I think that with parenting, dating, you know, she would have to just be open, and she would have to ask more questions and really be able to understand where he stands. Mm-hmm. And she's gonna have to give him some leeway. You know, she can't go into it jealous, because she already has like thoughts of like she doesn't want it to be like him still dipping in his baby mother, and they have a relationship forever now. Mm-hmm. Because they have a child. Mm-hmm. So she's gonna have to trust that if he says he's doing whatever, that it's not him cheating or whatever. So I think she would have to be open-minded, and she has to really understand that her dating someone with a child, like the child comes first. Mm-hmm. Like she doesn't even, so you know, and that's kind of hard when you have a relationship, because when you're starting a relationship, you're trying to get to know each other. Mm-hmm. But if he can't give all of his attention to her because he's still got to be a dedicated father, it can be tough. But it seems like she really likes him, and I would say don't block your blessings, because it's not your norm.
I kind of agree with like the last part what she said, because I think the things like I'm taking from this letter is she said she like just met him, so I'm assuming they've been talking, dating for maybe like a short amount of time, whatever, you know, definitely not like a long term date, obviously not boyfriend girlfriend, nothing yet. So I think this is like, it kind of comes back to something that we both always mention, but especially I feel like TJ you highlight, is like communication is key, right? Like ask the questions, like, hey, where do you stand with your child's mother? Like, do you still have feelings for her? Like, is it something, or like, are you truly moved on? Because some of it's going to have to come with trust, but it doesn't hurt to ask the question, because if it's eating away at you, then you should, and depending on his response, you might be able to know how you need to move accordingly. But at the same time, if he is claiming to be single and you're dating and everything seems to be on the up and up, then, the benefit of the doubt has to be given. However, also pay attention to the signs. Like, if he is, defensive, if you're like, hey, what are you up to or where are you going or whatever, and he's being very secretive, or he's kind of arguing, like, pushing back when he's like, well, I don't have to explain myself if I'm at my baby mother's crib, or da-da-da-da. Like, those are just, like, little, like, signs that you might need to be, like, wary of if they do come up. But if he's like, I love my child, I, am grateful for my child's mother for bringing this child into the world for me to love one as a dad, but there is nothing there and everything he's saying and doing aligns with that, then so be it. But if you, I'm presuming that you're, like, at least in, like, your mid to late 20s, but, or maybe even in your 30s, but the notion of, like, meeting someone who is childless becomes less and less the older you get. So you really do have to, like, ask the questions that you need to ask in order to feel comfortable, but, understand that this scenario may come up more often depending how old you are. It's just the age range might be different.
Yeah, and I just think the major thing is that she just has to be open-minded. Again, this is a different situation. It's a unique situation, but if you really like him and you want to give that person a try, you give him a try, and you have to go with it, not with the standards that you normally have. You have to have a different standards. You have to have a different mindset, a different view on the situation, because it's a different situation than what you're normally doing.
Yeah. So I don't think you're tripping, because it's not unheard of.
No, it's not.
But I just think that
you got to be mature to do it.
Yeah, I just think that your approach, like, stop asking. I feel like asking some questions will alleviate all of the thoughts that are racing through your head. From there, you can make a more informed decision. And I hope that this was helpful, because it is still a little bit of a tricky situation, but I think you'll get it through if he's doing right by you and you do right by him.
I would say take it slow.
Very.
And then you kind of take it there. And then, again, if it gets more serious, you may want to meet his baby mother, because, again, she's going to be there forever. Mm-hmm. But once a kid's involved, it's not about you anymore. Unfortunately, it's, it's about the child, and then it's y'all. So
yes,
be mindful of that.
Ask yourself if you are prepared to be a stepmother.
Yeah,
because you gotta love the kid just like you would love your own.
Facts.
Well, I hope he went half on a baby, that this was helpful, and please let us know any updates or feedback if you do actually reach out or, become more observant or whatever you want to call it with this scenario. And with that, I yield to my husband here, TJ.
Second.
And
rules of order.
Yes. And we are going to pass the motion to now move on to the quarrel of the episode.
So,
would you like to give some context?
We can, my LA Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
We have a center named DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins tore his ACL, so he's not going to be playing for us. So is he really a Laker? But that's besides the point.
Yes.
DeMarcus just got married.
Mm-hmm. Mazel tov.
And there was an audio release of supposedly him, allegedly, threatening his
child's mother.
His child's mother. So, I asked Dani when we were thinking about what to quarrel about. I asked her how she felt about the situation, and she said he was wrong. And I was like, that's the quarrel.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me see if I can get the context of what he said.
He was asking about his son coming to the wedding, right?
For what he said. Yes.
Oh, like word for word. I know what he said.
You say, remember what he said?
I mean, I know what he said that everybody I have an issue with.
Okay, so he's getting married. This person was asking the baby mother, can the child be at his wedding? And it seemed like this was like his last minute plea. Mm-hmm. Like, it seemed like he's been asking. She's been saying no.
Mm-hmm.
Asked again. She said no. And then the person said something about putting a bullet in your fucking head. This was recorded. Mm-hmm. So, and again, we don't know if DeMarcus. We don't know if this was truly DeMarcus.
Nigga.
Again, it's all allegedly.
Oh my gosh.
But if it was him, let's talk about it.
He was wrong. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Lovers Quarrel.
He was wrong for what he said.
For saying that he was going to put a bullet through the head of his child's mother.
But he wasn't wrong for feeling the way he felt.
I can understand the frustration of wanting your child to be at an event that you can't, that their other parent is saying that they can't attend because they're doing something else. I can fully appreciate that frustration. Yeah. But people don't go around saying that they're going to put a bullet in somebody else's head even when they experience the same frustration.
But when you hate someone, I can see how you can get there. And then when it comes to your child, you have a different type of love for your child that if anybody tries to take your child away from you, you become a different person.
I can appreciate that. But the person that you're trying to take away is also that child's mother.
Yeah.
And there are women out here who who are in domestic situations who get their heads blown off. So to even say fair. That out of anger is problematic as fuck. Okay. Because there have been times where you and I had parenting differences and we were vehemently opposed to each other, but you have not said that you were going to put a bullet in my head because we disagreed, or as I didn't want Tatum to do something that you wanted her to do, or vice versa.
But I also like you. And I don't have a gun.
Oh, so that's all it took?
Listen, I would never put a bullet through your head.
Oh, thank you. Just my thigh.
I wouldn't put a bullet anywhere.
Okay, that's better. But it's wrong. Like, it's just...
I think, yes.
His frustration is valid.
It's wrong, but...
He still has no warrant...
I think it's still
he's still not warranted to say what he said.
I mean, everything leading up to... We just seen a snippet. We don't know if she egged him on. We don't know anything else.
Cajoled.
Huh?
Maybe did she like cajole him?
Whatever.
Okay.
I feel like it was wrong for him to say that, yes. He was wrong for threatening her. But I don't think his feelings should be negated. And I also don't think that... I don't think it's fair that a parent could stop another parent's experience. I think that's unfair. And
we don't know what her reasons were, but it could be petty or it could be valid.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but... You have a parent asking, and it's not like, and this is DeMarcus' cousin, so he has money, so it's not like, how's my child going to get there or whatever. Like, I don't think it's fair when parents use their children as pawns.
I agree with that.
And I think that's where the situation is. She has the power, and she was able to say no. And she...
But he also has power and control and money.
Does he?
I mean, you just said, like...
He has the money, so but obviously...
He can make good on his threats better than you or I could.
Okay. He could probably pay someone to do it. So, yes, the threat was wrong. But I think he should get, like, temporary insanity. He had a temporary moment of insanity based off of him being denied the privilege of having his child as something special to him.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just...
Can you not see that? Can you not see that?
I mean, we can give grace or whatever, but I would expect him to, like, apologize for what he said. Because people don't... Because the thing is this, is that most people don't default when they're that frustrated to, I'm going to put a fucking bullet in your head.
But again, just like you said earlier, we don't know what was said previous. We don't know what their relationship is like. We don't know if he's just a violent person or if this was a violent situation. All we got is a snippet. And by the snippet, of course, whenever we get a snippet, we can make our own assumptions on what it is or what happened or whatever. But I think there's other factors and, that needs to go into it. And he's wrong, 100%. it's similar to, and this is going off tangent, but it's similar to the kid who threatened to shoot up his school. Mm-hmm. And then the mother was like saying he's just a kid. So I can understand that. Mm-hmm. But in that difference, I can see why a parent might go insane over their child. I don't agree with a child saying he's going to shoot up his school because of whatever. He was playing video games or whatever. But I can agree with you. I will agree with you that him saying that was wrong. Mm-hmm. But I also think that we need to look into it and say, if a parent is saying no to another parent for their special occasion, is that fair?
I mean, on the surface, I would say no, but underneath the surface, there's probably other lingering questions like who was the relationships, what's the level of comfortability amongst the children, depending on what age they are. But it's tricky.
No, it definitely is. My thing is just I want to have the conversation and be able to speak upon the differences, the other options, because again, we get a snippet and we jump to conclusions, but we don't talk about the other sides. We don't talk about what else could have happened. We don't talk about anything else. We just go based off of what we see. We go based off of the snippets that we get and we just run with it, as opposed to saying, okay, what he said was wrong, but what triggered that? Mm-hmm. What is the full situation? And that's my thing. I get it. Domestic violence is real. There's a lot of bitch ass men who harm women because they're weak, and this is their opportunity to have strength and everything else. So I'm not denying that. I think him saying that was wrong, but I also think that the way she did it, and then the fact that it was recorded, to me, it just seemed like she knew what she was doing. And I'm not victim blaming, but it seemed like it was kind of like this was planned. I know I'm gonna get a rise from him. This is funny. Let's continue.
Well, I can appreciate your assertion that he shouldn't have said that shit. So, and I mean everything else, like I get where you're coming from, but it still doesn't. As long as we know that it still doesn't take away from what he said and how wildly inappropriate and abusive and violent that type of language is towards his child's mother, and that's in general towards women. So, because Lord knows, like, people get shot all the time in domestic disputes. So to even say that, like,
no, definitely. I mean, he's a professional basketball player. He's a man. He should have had better judgment. But again, I can understand. Listen. Sometimes as people, we say shit out of anger and we don't mean it. And it shouldn't be our death sentence. It shouldn't be like, well, fuck it, you said it, so it's whatever. I'm pretty sure I've said some shit that I didn't mean to say to you. And I know some shit you said to me that you didn't mean to me. We ain't never go that deep, but it's just things are said and in the heat of the moment. And and sometimes it should not be the end all be all. And I also think that we have another situation of parents using their children as pawns, and that's not fair to parents. If you are a father doing everything you're supposed to do, you shouldn't be penalized.
Oh, that definitely.
And vice versa.
That definitely. I guess maybe this one we'll have to table it to see if there's more context added to the situation.
Okay.
Like, because what he said was fucked up and wrong, but if there is a greater context out there that we don't know yet, then we have to, like, allow it if that does come to light. Sound good?
That's fair.
Look at us coming together, united fronts.
I don't want to bang with you like that, for real.
Whatever. Are we?
We're done.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's put the baby to bed.
Let's do it.
Because she's tired.
Yeah. I'm hanging on by a thread. I'm
this
running
is
on
another
fumes.
episode of Lovers Quarrel. We thank you for tuning in with us. If you have any questions, concerns,
comments,
you can send us email at loversquarrelshow@gmail.com.
Bang.
We are on IG, Lovers Quarrel Show.
Boom.
We both respond. And we are on Twitter, Lovers Quarrel 7.
Blow.
Now you're just messing me up right now.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to like sound effects.
Trying to just stay awake.
That too.
Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure. I mean, listen, snore for the people. Let them hear what I hear every night.
Do I still snore bad?
I don't remember. Anyway. Again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Lovers Quarrel. As always,
I am your girl, Dani.
and I'm your guy, TJ.
And you know that we fuss.
We fight,
but we love.
Bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.